It was just another quiet morning when Ernie noticed the holes. Several of them, wide and perfectly round, had appeared overnight in his backyard. They were too smooth, too deliberate to be natural. The sight gave him a bad feeling, but curiosity got the better of him. Ernie grabbed a rock and tossed it into the first hole. He waited. No thud, no splash, just silence, like the hole had no bottom. He frowned and threw another, this time harder. Still nothing. The pit seemed to swallow sound itself. Perplexed, Ernie called his friend Mark.
Mark, you ever see anything like this? There's these holes in my backyard, big ones, and I can't hear the bottom.
As he talked, he wandered toward the sliding glass door to the backyard. Halfway through his sentence, he froze. A creature stood just beyond the door, staring at him through the glass. It was small, lizard-like, with abnormally big, black eyes that reflected nothing but void. Slowly, the thing grinned, revealing jagged rows of sharp teeth. Ernie's heart thumped in his chest.
Mark, I gotta go,
he whispered, letting the phone drop from his hand. He bolted to the closet and snatched his shotgun from the shelf. But when he rushed back to the sliding door, the creature was gone. Ernie stepped cautiously into the yard, shotgun raised. For a moment, everything was still. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw movement. Another creature jumped out and stood by its hole. This one looked a lot more menacing. A rustling sound drew his attention to the other hole. A different creature emerged, similar to the second. Big black eyes and sharp teeth. Ernie's pulse quickened. Then, from a third hole, another one appeared. They were everywhere, watching, grinning, waiting. He tightened his grip on the shotgun and inched forward, every muscle tensed. The creatures stared, motionless, as if daring him to come closer. The air smelled of damp earth and rot, making his skin crawl. He was almost at the edge of the first hole when the ground gave way beneath his feet. The earth crumbled, and Ernie tumbled down into the dark. His shotgun slipped from his grasp, clattering into the void. He plunged deeper and deeper until his fall was abruptly stopped by something sticky. A web. Ernie struggled, but the more he fought, the tighter the web cocooned around him. His breath came in ragged gasps as he glanced below. Dozens of creatures crawled toward him from every direction. Some had white eyes, some had black and red eyes, and some had black and orange eyes. There were hundreds of them, lined up like hungry kids at a school cafeteria, waiting for their food. And then Ernie realized the truth. The holes weren't just random. They weren't accidents. They were traps. These creatures were burrowing up from somewhere deep below. The holes marked the beginning of their invasion. They were scouts, waiting, observing. And now that Ernie had fallen into their lair, they knew it was time. Ernie screamed as the creatures reached him, but his voice was swallowed by the darkness. Soon, others in the neighborhood would find holes just like these, and they wouldn't know what was coming until it was far too late.